Good day, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever it is in the world you're coming to us from. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the great digital universe. So glad to be hosting another episode of this great show here on, I already said it. I blew my intro again. On the DYOR Media Network. Today is November 19th, 2024. We got a good show for you today. It is Technical Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I would have run the Technical Tuesday thing, but I switched computers and didn't preload it. Anyway, I'll try and find that to give my co-host Pedro a little warm welcome. And normally I would point over to the side here to do that right now, but Pedro's camera is not on. So
it's coming on. It's coming on. We're coming on. We're coming on.
But ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, Pedro Garcia.
What's up, guys? How is everybody doing? How you doing, Tom? I know, long time no talk, right?
Yeah, long time no talk. Yesterday, we broadcast for, I think, another 6 hours or something like that. A little crazy, a little too much, but we want to thank everyone in the community for tuning in. There's a couple of you that tuned in for the entire length of both shows, and frankly, we want to thank you, but we also think you're crazy. But that's not the point. Pedro and I have done a good job getting some new viewers on, boosting our viewership up, and getting the word out that our show is something good to watch. So for those of you new people tuning in right now, stick around because we're going to talk about all things charts today. It's Technical Tuesday, in which Pedro goes over the charts, and we take questions from the audience about the top tokens and top coins, and even about the random meme coin we didn't hit yesterday on Monday, or Meme Coin Monday. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro, what's going on with Bitcoin?
A lot of stuff actually is going on with Bitcoin. I think we have some really interesting things going on that literally my whole entire system just almost fell apart.
Yeah, so, and my Stream Deck isn't working either. Oh, good Lord.
Love it.
Epic fail.
Love it. We sure tried, though. We had everything ready, and then it just decided, gotcha again. It's you know what's funny is I actually realized why you need that tech team in the back where it's filled with like 20 people running all the small. And I was like, they can't all be doing something. No, they are. I realized. Or go here. Now I understand why there's like, there's a lot of YouTubers who have like 5 or 6 cameras, right? So if one fails, they can go over here and like, so how you doing? And if this one fails, boom.
Just another hand to do something like fix my green screen here. But for some reason, my green screen is taking some of my shoulders apart.
I think your shoulders look great. They're very masculine.
Well, normally, when the green screen's working right, usually I have giant guns, but for some reason it's making me look like a skinny old white guy instead. It's the wrong filter. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We really appreciate...
Definitely, guys. Good to have all you.
Also, I'm going to try something new today. For those of you, especially Chuck Jansen, who have noticed the ads in the past, I'm going to try... to do something different in which we manually insert ads. And I'm going to do it probably 4 or 5 times an hour in between segments. Because YouTube, for some people, it's been blasting them with an ad every like 30, 40 seconds. It's crazy. I went back and looked at the ad history, and I'm like, whoa. And I complained to YouTube about it, but you get nothing. So I'm going to try and do it manually, let it insert ads. I don't know how it's going to work with the Rumble crowd. You'll just have to sit there and go, hey, the YouTube guys are watching ads, because the Rumble has their own thing. But just going to try it out, see what it is. So if it looks awkward and we're sitting around not saying anything, we're scratching my balls or something like that. It's inside joke there, but it might be because we're trying something new. Anyway, Bitcoin's pumping again, reaching its all-time high. Pedro, what's going on here? Look, a little breakout on that flag there.
Oh, absolutely, man. So basically, when did you get in last night? Because I'm really curious. Because we talked about it going.
I closed it out up about $5. I can't remember where I get out, but I'm in again now. I'm in at my mark price is 92.7.
Yeah, this was the area. I remember it was this area right here.
Yeah, I got in. My new in price is 92.7. When I went to sleep last night, I had to close it out. I was like, I can't go to. I was going to put a stop in, but then I was like, no.
It was right here. I remember because we started pushing in, so it was right here to here. And then we saw it climb all the way up here by the end of our show, which did exactly what we were talking about. I said we could see it come down. We should see it come up to here and potentially up in here at that 92 area. And then I got up this morning and I was looking at it going, oh, Tom stayed in that. Yeah, so it literally came and did what we thought it was going to do. And then obviously, it goes up in the evening, and then in the morning it shoots down, and now we're seeing it go back up. So our good old fashioned go down to, or go up to go down to go up.
Why is my button
I know
not
that sounds
working?
weird, but oh no, our buttons are not working. Boom.
I literally changed up everything I could do to get rid of that delay. And if you viewers noticed, the editing and the cutting cameras and scenes was working really smooth. Now I hit the old button and nothing happens. And the reason is, to be honest, I wanted to put just Pedro on by himself so I could take a bite of my Dunkin' Donuts breakfast sandwich. Anyway, sorry, Pedro. It looks like BTC's going up here. Where's this next section? Is it in kind of a price discovery mode here?
Yeah.
Because you have no liquidity history here. Got to look at the heat maps.
Yep, that's exactly. So, I really don't. I probably need to start looking at the heat maps, honestly. But I really look at just from my own knowledge. And so we are definitely going to have some liquidity here, right? Which will push once we make the all-time high. But we're in a bull run. So because we're in a bull market and that bull run is going, we'll see it push up, come back down like maybe for an hour or two, and then continue up, right? Because they want to take everybody's shorts and then take your longs and then go the other end on you and make you go, no, why, Stella, type of situation. So this is this thing that we're in. So you can see how the market is definitely pumping with good volume as we're coming up into these areas. The problem I don't like on our 5-minute is just simply this. I don't see a lot of demand wigs, right? So it's one of those things that we're going to see what happens. But I think we're definitely going to most likely today hit the all-time highs. I think we could potentially hit that, again, 95,000 area. I'm talking about, a psychological areas that we could hit, right? And so that 95,000 area is a good area I think we could look at. We talked about that last time where we did hit it, came off, but I think it was just an hour pullback at 85,000 and then just shot right back up. So that potentially something we could see very much. But I think right now it's flirting with that, it's testing, and you can see that we got a lot of volume coming in, especially yesterday with what Michael Saylor did to really get this going again, knowing that, if this man's going to keep buying every dip, I think the institution can sit there and safely say, you know what, why not take it? Why not take his money? Let him deploy it so that we can create bottoms here, so that we can push it back down, take all those, and then push it back up. The man is running out of cash. He is asking for loans. So,
you guys, we'll talk about
Mr.
Saylor later here. He's the topic of the show today. He is definitely in it to win it, and this is a bet the farm. Everything has to work for Michael Saylor, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
Also, before we get going into that, we did go over Bitcoin in just a minute. I want to talk about real quick, guys. So we're a small show. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share button. Please share it to your preferred social media platforms or your unpreferred social media platforms. That helps us out immensely. And at the same time, it also makes you guys look like you're dapper, because as we keep growing to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 viewers, you're going to sit there and go, I remember when these guys, and then you can be like, see, I can hit him up in the Telegram. I can hit him over here. He's my boy. Shout out. You're my boy, Blue. So all that to say, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share button. It helps us out so much by putting out, and especially when it's done organically. It makes the algorithm say, hey, I think there's something here that these guys are saying here. That
Pay attention to these bros.
These
Pedro, you always say if it starts the beginning of the week going down, it finishes going up or in reverse. What happened yesterday with Bitcoin? How did the week start?
Yeah, so we basically on Sunday, we came down into this market here. You can sit there and see it, right? We had a little bit of a seller wick here. We came down and pushed up. This is a little nerve-wracking because we're in a bull market. We're in a strong bull market. So it is most likely going to want to go
strong
up
like bull.
Over strong like bull. And so it's going to really try to kind of push off the sellers as the market moves up. And so it's going to use kind of any opportunity of support to go ahead. I'm getting a frog in my throat. Forgive me.
You've been talking too much, Pedro.
Yes, unfortunately. But it's also good things because I'm connecting with a bunch of our brothers here and sisters. And Yo, bro, connecting with them. And I think it's really cool. We made some good connections here. So, but yes, the market shot down first this evening or on Sunday. And then we've been seeing a bit of a sell. So we came up to the all-time high here. And I said, as long as we stay above that 8-period moving average and we kind of hold here and we don't close red, I expect it to go up. If not, I expect it then to come back down into these lower levels here. Well, you can see blatantly, it tapped that 8-period moving average, and look, it went up. It closed green, which is really important in a trader's psyche. And so now it tried to sell, right? Like, remember I was talking about defense against the sellers down here?
Yep.
Well, this was defense against the buyers, basically the other end coming in, and literally they lost. The sellers lost here, and now everybody's saying it should go up because they didn't have enough oomph power to drop this market. And obviously, obviously because of Michael Saylor's literally $4.1 billion deposit into the highs of Bitcoin, it's
good to have money.
If a money system right there.
Or have good credit.
Yeah, I was going to say good credit. Well, here's the thing. Like, I think as Bitcoin keeps creating these new all-time highs, see if the admin button works, laugh out loud. Eat the donuts during ad time.
I haven't gotten to any of the comments yet here. We will in a second here.
Okay. And so on the combo over here, what up, Mike? Dude, Crypto Mike, what's up? I'm usually
no ADHD stuff. We'll get to the comments in a minute.
ADHD. So it's like right here. You're right. So long story short, this is what's happening. They lost here yesterday. Michael Saylor definitely was a big in their face, and so they're definitely looking to be pushing this thing higher. I expect to see some resistance as we come up to the liquidity sitting up here at this level. Again, right? These are short liquidities. So it's going to hit the buy side, right? And the institutions are going to take the sell side, right? Because they need to create that type of liquidity, which will drop it down. How far? I think they're going to come and tap that. And this is key here. that 4 hour 8. Right now, we're already starting. It's going to be the 4 and 8 hour 8 here as we start to move forward into this. So it's one of those things that as the market, if you're trading this in the futures, look at your 8 hour and your 4 hour 8 period moving average, because right now that's really where it's finding support. And as we're continuing up, so we could potentially see it push up, come down, find support again on the 8 simple moving average on the 8 hour.
Sorry about
or
that.
the 8 period simple moving average on the 4 hour. And so as we are moving up, we're going to most likely see a pullback to those moving averages on those time frames there, so that we can gauge on, is it going to keep going up, right? And so and one of the biggest things is this, is as we move up, you can see here that if it comes up with a ton of volume and we see it explode, what will it most likely do? This high becomes a what? A support level, right? And so then we should see some support come in and find it really going through. So this is most likely what it might look like as we move into this area. Boom, pop, boom, 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 boom.
Just go, moon. Come on, Pedro. Everyone in the comments wants moon there. Moon.
All right, here we go. You ready? Y'all ready for this?
We got to keep the entertainment side of this. He's going to draw the Swiss cheese moon now. Squirrel. Squirrel.
All right, so it goes like this: pop, drop, roll, pop, drop,
almost got there.
Roll, and boom,
moon,
boom,
moon,
moon.
We all retire.
That's it. There we go. Win Mooney.
Derek B.
What up, Derek
Win
B?
All right, you guys. I am going to try this new feature, not new feature, but just a properly used feature. Try and insert an ad here, and when I do that, I'm also going to reset my software that's not working behind the scenes. So you'll see a nice countdown for a little bit. And if you hear Pedro and I talking, just ignore it and forget it. We're not actually insulting our viewers. We're just talking smack.
We very much listen. If you're not being insulted by us, you're not our friend. Okay, just being honest.
All right,
the old military.
Give us a break here I think it'll take a whole minute, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll be right back.
All right, deuces. We'll see you in a second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for putting up with that. The commercial break took a little longer than normal because I had to reset my software here, and it didn't go as planned, but now it's working properly. So thank you, everybody on YouTube, for putting up with that. Pedro, let's take a moment to talk about our wonderful community here. We're going to shine your guys' asses for a minute. Alpha Wolf says, if you can hit the hearts button and the 100% throughout the show as much as possible, I would like to build the algorithm today and see if that will help us a little bit. Draw some more eyes. Yes. Thank you very much, Alpha Wolf. We'll certainly be telling people to promote that. Patrick Stefanik, thanks for joining us again, Patrick. Coming to us from Colorado, I think, somewhere out there. I forget where he's
out in, I think it's Canada. Somewhere up in Canada. Up in the Kanuka areas.
Said something. I think something in the mountains reminds me of where he's from. Space Cat coming to us from Kanuka. Thanks for coming to us. Good day, everyone. Hope it's working out for you. It's working out for us. Patrick says, can't hear Jack, but club music. Oh, I still got the club music. And then he says, club music, which I like. Crypto Mike in the house. Thanks for joining us, Crypto Mike. Let's give you the old, give Mike the old Canada. Ooh, that's low.
Alrighty.
Let's try that again after proper volume. There we go. Crypto Mike, I somehow, last night after the show, Pedro, I was doing a little spam cleanup in various Telegram rooms that I'm in and admin of. And I deleted Crypto Mike from the DYOR Media TG. Banned him like a spammer. And you know what?
No!
He actually noticed right away. And this morning I woke up and he's like, dude, how come I can't access the group? And I'm like, I don't know. And I looked at the history and I was like, whoops, when I was doing all the spam cleanup, I banned him, but he should be back now. And hopefully all is well there. Good morning from Minnesota. The Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company thanks you, Derek, for putting in your time in Minnesota and giving the rest of us cancer with all your chemicals. Thank you very much.
Do you guys had what is it? Was it Minnesota that they had a major chemical spill? Was that Minnesota, or am I wrong?
Are you thinking of Love Canal outside Buffalo?
Yeah. Well, no, there was. Yeah, there was that one.
That happens everywhere all the time. All along the Mississippi, there's bad chemical spills because that's where all the chemical factories are along the major rivers. Mm-hmm. They need lots of water to make chemicals. They need lots of oil. They need to ship it in bulk. Let's see. Chuck Jansen says, group ad time. Thank you. We haven't given Chuck his...
I know. What up, Doc?
Using the whole fist, Doc?
Yes, that's right. Using the whole fist there, Doc. And talking about Patrick with the line of the day, when I manually insert ads, artificial insemination for ads. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Patrick says, why did I sell BTC? Because I was in the futures market. That's why. It was totally a play in the futures markets. I don't trade a lot of money, and I cannot afford to lose it. So I put in stops to get out soon. Way too soon, I get stopped out. If I had just never, ever put in a stop in, I would never have been liquidated, and I would be up probably 50 grand. But
50,000 trillion quadrillion.
I know if I had just bought, I've been playing with this BidFi account now for I don't know how long, 2 months, 3 months. And it started when we were at 40 some thousand, I think. I can't tell you how big my little account would have been just starting with $20. It's the power of buy and hold. You got to do it. You got to buy and hold. And Pedro, buying and holding is the essence of what we're talking about with Mr. Michael Saylor here. But I got a couple. I got to catch up a little bit here. Cool kids are over on Rumble. Just saying. Yes, thank you very much, everyone on Rumble. It's really good. We're really trying. Last night, Pedro, we had over 200 viewers on Rumble on our evening session. And only a couple chatters, though. There's so many people over on Rumble that don't sign up. It's weird. YouTube, everyone has an account. And Rumble, we implore you, Rumblers, click that button to log in. You can log in with your Google, Facebook, Twitter account, whatever.
Yes.
You're already a member of those things. You don't need to worry about big data. If you have a Google Gmail account or a Google YouTube account or whatever, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter. If you're a crypto person, you've got some sort of online presence already. Just sign into Rumble and click like. We'd really appreciate it.
Listen, it would help us out a lot. We are a small YouTube channel. We're trying to grow. We want to bring you guys the best information, data. We're going to be going over some good little plays that I've been checking out. I actually, I like them. Like, again, these are not, it's not financial advice, but these are the stuff that I'm looking at, that I know other people are looking at. And it's kind of just waiting. So it's one of those things that I want to bring to you guys to say, hey, look, these are things that you might want to check out because it's pretty dope. Yeah,
Pedro, give me 1 minute to finish go through a couple of the comments here. Of course, one of your favorites, Pedro, is Kungar over on Rumble. Thank you very much. Crypto Mike says, the conversations on Rumble. Troublesome in the house. Good afternoon, all. Pedro, what do you think of the 45-minute time frame on 45-minute time frame on BTC charts? I think the wicks tell a better story.
Okay, let's check it out.
Check out the 45-minute while I go through the rest of the stuff here. Dr. Fire Chicken in the house says, we can say what we want here and not get them in trouble. Yes, in Rumble you can say whatever you want. I mean, there are channels on Rumble that are saying the Earth is flat and that Tupac is actually the president. You know, there's all kinds of shit going on there.
Biggie's still beating. You know what I'm saying?
Unlike Kick and Twitch, there's no feet people. They say you can do whatever you want. It's Rumble. It's free speech, but anyone has a propensity to leaning towards weird shit like feet people. And the hula hoop girls in the hot tub with the kissing the ear thing, the fake ears, they're like no. You can talk politics and smack, but the rest of that stuff, go away. Chuck is referring when I made the comment about ADD. He's like squirrel, which, if you recall, Pedro did during one of our guest things. Derek B in the house, ka-ching!
Oh, dear God. I literally was like, it was with Christopher Alexander. And I was like, oh, look, you got a nice kitty.
It was,
and
oh my God, is that a cat? And I was like, right in his big introduction, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. It's all good. That's probably better than having too many martinis on the air. Not that.
Hey, it happens, man. Let it go. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Be Elsa. Let it go. Let it go.
It's a little late for a Harris ad. Sorry, what you didn't know, Derek, is that really this is all a simulation that we're living in, and they goofed up the programming a little. Look for the cat to glitch as it walks by.
Yep.
All right, we'll get back to the comments in a little bit. But what's with this 45-minute time frame? Or I've never even heard of that.
So one of the things I can sit there and say, so the 45-minute, I've heard of it before. Some people do like it. I do bring up, you guys understand that you've got to, yeah, exactly. Like you said, the wicks are telling the story where you do literally have demand wicks here. You can see here, as well as demand wicks here. So they're definitely communicating that we're definitely most likely going to move up. So I like it. Good point. You can also see that on the 30-minute as well, right? Boom, wick, 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 wick. I try to look at ones that everybody's kind of looking at, right? But the 45-minute, there are a few groups, like some people look at like the 2.5 minute, or excuse me, 2.5 minute chart, the 7 minute, 7.5, or 7 minute and 30-second chart, but off numbers, because what happens is it kind of can give you a leeway, but also can very much be misleading at times. So you just got to know what you're looking at, right? The blue one will do you just fine. Oh, yeah. So, but here's the thing, though. If that's what Mike is looking at and what he uses as his indicator for his time frame, then that's what he used, because that's what his mind is able to see. And it paints that story that's been accurate for him. And so I always tell everybody, make sure that when you're learning to trade, that you pick the things that you know truly work and that gives you an edge. Some people can look at that 45-minute time frame and go, I don't see it, right? And I've done that with a lot of people with my trading style, right? I've gone on like Zach Humphreys or Shogun's space and literally said, hey guys, yeah, we're going to most likely be going down here. Hopefully I'm wrong. And people are like, what are you talking about? We're pushing up, and I'm like, yeah. The only problem is we're going into sellers for a seller area, and they're just like, what are you talking about? So it's one of those things that you are your own trader, and you can sit there and see. I've tried to show people and explain people my style. It's just difficult, so it's the best thing to do is just kind of say, hey, look, create your own style and look for confirmations for your setup that you're looking to do. I'll show you what I'm doing and how it's helping me out to move it go up, right? And and hopefully you can learn from me. If not, at least you've had confirmation from a trader who sits there and who has a pretty high win ratio, and it's in our videos. You can it's very clear. And so if you have confirmation from somebody else saying, okay, cool, I'm seeing maybe a different chart, but we're both having the same sentiment of that movement in that market, that it's going to move up. That's a big deal. So always let everybody know.
Welcome, Rumblers. But Pedro, you just mentioned your style, and I'm trying to go back and find it. And I was like, Pedro has everyone's got a particular style in them, but Pedro's got one, and I'm trying to find it here, Chuck. But I'm going to have to take too long to do it and lose your attention. I'm just going to repeat it. And Chuck was saying, we need a pump here in BTC. And it's your style. Put your hair back in the middle of the show and BTC.
Oh, like maybe not. I don't know.
Well, we can't force it. It has to happen naturally. So
I was going to say, you want me just to pull it up? Like
you got to do it in like mid-conversation without us prompting you. But I was pointing that's part of the Pedro style.
Yeah. It's got to be, it's got to come from me. It can't just be like, hey guys, do it, and then it loses its mojo. You know what I'm saying? It's like the mojo's got to build. You got to build up. You ask any woman, building up is the best thing. All right. So boom, we'll leave it at that. Slow build up, baby. That's all I'm saying. Turn the engine, let it set, let it build up.
All right, Pedro. It's Technical Tuesday here, but we also want to talk some news. Let's briefly hit. Sorry about that. Let's briefly hit. Let me force that on. This guy here. Let's talk quickly about. Michael, as I say, Michael. Why do we want to talk about Michael Saylor, Pedro? Yes. And the reason is not only is he taking a bet. The man bought $4.6 billion of Bitcoin the other day. I recall, Pedro, you and I talking about Mr. Saylor when he was buying at 27,000, and he borrowed $1 billion or something like that, and we were speculating on where his pain points were and how much Bitcoin went down. And Bitcoin went down to $18,000 after that, I think, if I recall, and it was it was on its way back up from 18,000. It was on its way back up, and we were all thinking it's probably going to go back down. You had it in your charts that it could go to 10 pretty easily. And we're like, where is he going to get liquidated? Where is his strategy going to fail? And Pedro, you and I have been talking about that, essence of that concept. Where is his strategy going to fail? And we've been blathering on talking about it while he's made billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Pedro, this is the essence of the issue. He was buying all the way up. He's buying the green candles all the way up. He's buying, stacking. And we, and you, and everyone else here are sitting there thinking, maybe not everyone, I'm not speaking for everyone here. Where does this strategy fail? Now, in the meantime, he's put $10 billion in his pocket. He's borrowed, he's used leverage with his company, he's sold shares, he's done this, he's done that, and he has bought so much Bitcoin. He's essentially the most important person in Bitcoin now that's directly responsible for buying. I mean, I understand BlackRock's buying a lot and Trump's going to buy a lot, blah, blah, blah. But a single person,
as of right now,
person with a single strategy, or a single person with a strategy, he is. And he's been buying all the way up while all we do is complain and worry about when the market's going to go down. It's the essence of what it's always staring us in our effing face, Pedro, is to buy it, and hold it. Don't worry about it. Buy it and hold it. And all we do here is sit. Well, I'm speaking personally. All I do is sit and worry about it. And it goes up. But for all of you guys out there, this is essentially what we need to do. We, me, Pedro, you guys, Jesus, Chuck, Alpha Wolf, Kungar, Troublesome, Derek, the whole crew, AI Alpha Wolf, everyone on down there. That was just the ones I could see on my screen. Sorry I left anyone out there. We need to buy and hold. And we need to sit here on the show and say, I bought more today. I bought more today because I want to ensure not only am I wealthy when I get older, but my kids are wealthy. And their kids, this is something that if you buy enough Bitcoin, your great-great-grandchildren can have a wonderful life. And, right, AI Alpha was great comment. This is the essence of being human. Stop worrying. I tell that to Mrs. Striking all the time. I tell it to myself. Stop worrying about that. But do I heed my own advice, Pedro? No, you're on mute. No. I do not.
Jumping back into your life here. Right now, as we're looking at Bitcoin is starting to pull. So we saw a little bit of a pullback, and we're playing off of this. We're seeing volume step in. So it's going to be really key here as we're moving up to start to see it push up, come down. That little tap is going to be really important. So we're going to check this out here in just a minute. I want to pull back with Mr. Saylor here because Mr. Saylor was literally going. This was back here when we were looking at it with him. And when did we start really getting together? It was in October of 2023.
22.
Oh shoot, you're right. October of 2022. You're
right. Right before the FTX fallout. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was just days before the FTX fallout.
So 2022 here. Boom. Push up. Boom. So right here. October 2022. So back here. Yeah, so it comes down. And this was it right here. This is where we were talking about it. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
So
this is a great point.
Yeah. So he sits here. He buys the peak of the market here, right? And then from there, it continues down. And we were sitting there wondering, like, he's got to be under, right? It came down to 19,000, 20,000 area. And I thought we were definitely going to come back down to, the 15,000, if not that 10,000
You are
mark.
Right.
And so we saw here this area. Look, you can see how the volume is increasing as we're coming down. So I expected to see us come through. But again, when the market's going down, who's absorbing it? The institutions. So you can sit there and see that they're absorbing it, but allowing it to sell off. And then when we bounce off the 200 period moving average, and I should have been paying attention here. This is my bad, and I apologize to our crew here. We did see the 100, we did see the 200, we did see the 50 period moving average really start to kind of extend fully. And so I should have been saying, look, we need to be buying here at these levels. So I take the L on that one because we started seeing it really.
That was 3x ago.
Yeah, 3x ago, back down at 20,000. So that's my bad. And in the next bear market, when we come back down, because this was my first bear market, I was dollar cost averaging into a lot of this stuff, not with a ton of money, but was just doing it because it was low. And many of you guys bought in at these low markets with many of the altcoins.
Chuck says, did you know Pedro's hair has its own channel on Rumble?
I saw that. I started laughing up, dude. I was cracking up.
I missed that.
It was so good. I'll leave that one alone, but this sounds cool. That was funny. BTC going for it. Yeah, it is. Definitely. I put 100 in. Boom.
Troublesome. So, yes, I've seen Ivan on tech. I've never noticed him drinking the water, but I noticed Pedro did. Pedro drinks water like he's attacking it. Like, get in my belly. Right. I've never seen anyone turn the bottle upside down. Like, gravity works the same, whether you have it a little tilted or a lot. He just goes at it. Here I am sipping my coffee.
When I was in high school, I remember I had this teacher, I've always drank this, you know. And I sat there, and this is when I would drink out of plastic bottles. And I remember sitting there, and I remember just being like, "Oh!" And then like you shove the water down, right? Like I have these big old banana hands. I'm like, "Oh!" And then I go, and then I sit there, and I'm like paying attention. And you know, as she looks at him, she just stops teaching and goes, "That is the most violent way to drink water." And I go, and I started laughing, and I was like, "What?" She goes, "I have never seen anybody drink water that way." I go, "Well, I'm thirsty." And she goes, "Obviously." It was so funny, dude. I always crack up about it. And so I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because my throat elongates and it goes directly down. And I'm like,
Oh, there's more connotations to that too, Pedro. You just opened yourself up for memes from now till eternity.
Watch, bro. Watch, there's gonna be a whole entire launch off of that one. Anyways,
BTC making a move, says Chuck. Alpha Wolf says hello, fam. Welcome, Alpha Wolf, to the show.
What's up?
Once again, thanks for joining us. Dr. Fire Chicken says, from a doctor's perspective, hydration is the key, and working on that cervical extension. I'll be here all night, everybody. Try the veal.
Okay. All right. So this is where we're at right now. We're right at that point here. Let's see what happens here. Got good volume coming in. Really good volume, Ken. Are they going to push it through? Let's go. Come on. No whammies. Let's go, baby. All right. Come through. Gotta see something.
Well, I'm up $30 here.
Nice, my brother. Nice. Here it goes. Boom. Kick going.
Oh, it's rejecting.
No, it's not rejecting. No, we talked about this. We said once it goes above the high, right? This is where you see the sellers, right, step in, and their shorts get hit, right? And so all of a sudden now you've got a bunch of buyers stepping in, and then because they're short, and their stops get triggered, and then from the triggered stops, which is buys, you have the institutions that come in with the sells that drop the market down, right? So this is this practice in action right now. That's actually what's happening. So this is what we wanted. We were expecting. We talked about this before the show. Okay, so we said I'd expect it to go up, then come down, boom, 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 and then find support.
When you started talking, I was up $34, and now I'm down to up only 13. Damn, Mark.
Okay,
see, that's why I can't do this. I can't do two things at once. I can't.
Come on. It's all good. By the way, Jeff Ledger, what's up, baby? How you doing, dude? Good day.
Technical
difficulties on ETH for the year end, Pedro. I got you, man. And listen, this is what we were talking about. This is what we expect to see. That pullback into see that look, watch. Boom. We want to wait. How much time do we got? We got 45 seconds at the rest of this 5-minute candle. It is 1:15. All right. We're looking at 1:15 area. So we want to go check out the 50-minute candle. Boom. Nice. You can see how we have buyers stepping in. So now we're coming back. Remember, we expected this. This is how I know we're most likely going to go up. Okay. So this is what we're expecting. Okay. Boom. So we want to sit there, see absorption happening. If this thing ends green, if we see this candle end green here, expect it to see most likely continue up. Okay. So this is really important to be paying attention to, right? Boom, 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 to boom, boom, boom.
All right, Pedro, I'm stealing this. If it switches, I don't know why. I did something to eliminate the delay, and now it's back. I've got my BidFi screen on here, ladies and gentlemen. And like all those big traders on other channels, they show you their massive positions. Here you can see I've got $756 wagered here. I'll call it a wager. And up $13 using our sponsor's platform, BidFi. How about that? Worked that right into it. Yesterday, our sponsor pinned us in their official group, which is worldwide and mostly geared towards Asia. And we got a big boost on it. They didn't do it today, but did very well. But this is what you look at when you go long. And I went long earlier today to the tune of just a little bit. I think I wagered $200. But then as we were talking and looking at the charts, I'm like, all right, I'm going to use this as an example to show people how BidFi works. And I wagered an additional 500. This is big for me. I don't trade that much like that because, as you know, when you trade futures, you have to be focused on it and preserving your capital in a volatile market. But right now it seems to be an up market, and I thought it was a good excuse to come on over and just shill BidFi here. If you have not clicked this, taken a picture of this QR code here, and you're watching our channel, and you're a loyal viewer, yes, I'm guilting all of you, and open up an account. Please do so. You don't have to trade with leverage. You can buy and sell without leverage, and you can learn. You can play the down market too. If you think it's at all-time high, and Pedro says it's going to go do the down before it goes back up, you can go short and learn how to do that. And you can talk to Pedro and I about it, ask questions, and you can share buttons, including this little one here that I love. You click it, and it says when you make the trade, it shows you how much you're up or down, and you can share that with the group. And right now I'm up 2%, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I roll. That's how I roll.
True.
Anyway, that was my shill for now, but this is how it works. And then this is what causes me to vomit into the toilet all the time. No, I'm kidding about that. But this is the essence of when Pedro says, let's go along here at this point, put it in order down here, wait for it to hit. And Pedro tells me this all the time. He's like, we'll say something's going on in the market, and he's like, oh, my order for XLM hit. It came down to the level, and I put in a limit order, and it popped it, and I'm up $100 or something like that.
Whatever it be, yeah.
And this is the essence of doing that. So if you haven't opened up a BidFi account, ladies and gentlemen, please do so. We beg, plead, and grovel
at your feet.
All right, there you go. That was my. Instead of giving you a YouTube commercial, I gave you the Tom commercial.
Thomas commercial.
It should have given you your screen back, but it's not for some reason. I don't know why.
It is all good. It will. I'm seeing an ad right now over on Rumble. To all our Rumble people, you are watching that ad. Nice. It's funny. I was looking at gold, and now I'm seeing Donald Jr. talk about gold. Oh, it's funny. They're always listening. They're always listening.
Fading out here. Oh.
Don't fade. You got this. No whammies. No whammies.
I'm literally
no whammies.
fading. The sun just came out here. Totally changed my light profile coming in my
literally
dreams.
Fading.
No.
What do they call that in Star Trek when you go from one place to another?
Yeah, beaming. I'm beaming out here.
You're beaming.
It's not working though.
All right, so jumping back here real quick, let's check out Doge here. Doge is definitely pumping here. So nice little pullback here down into our demand zone on Wednesday. Oh, not Wednesday, excuse me, Sunday. And so we've been kind of playing off of this, which is looking really nice. Like I said, the next real pumpage here, as we're getting moving, I expect to see Doge really at that all-time high. There's nothing that's really stopping it in between these levels here. So if you're looking to get in on Doge, you can get in around 70, or get in kind of right about now as we're getting going. And then the truth is I would put our stop where it's going to be at that 32-cent area, and we should see it get to that 70-cent area here. So we were talking about this on Monday, right? So I expect to see this thing start to get going here and popping it like it's hot. And additionally to that, let's check out TON here. TON did hit our supply area that we've been talking about, right? I have expected this to push through this. It should be pushing through this. I don't know why it's not, but we're seeing a sell-off. So if we see a sell-off here, I'd expect to see a buying point of that $5, $4.99 area here. To actually be purchasing it. But I do expect to see TON push through this area here, just to give you heads up so you guys know. Let's check out Solana here. Solana has been playing off of the supply area that we've talked about here, right? Look at this right here. That 59 area, or the 259 area to the 244 area. It's definitely starting to see resistance here, and we're seeing sellers step in as people are trying to buy and push this thing up. But you can see that we're seeing unfortunately, the institutions aren't trying to push this up, right? Because look at the volume here. We're seeing volume decrease into our levels here. And so typically that means that we'll expect to see a kind of a pullback. They are trying for it. So we'll see if the institutions will go for it and push us to a new all-time high. I'm fingers crossed because I got a lot of friends of mine who are in a lot of the meme coins. And when Solana pumps, their meme coins pump. And that's my goal, is to see them. So
Pump
the key is
it.
pump it. Gonna pump it up. Pump it
It's
up.
like, who's the streamer that uses that
Pump it up.
that song? What's her name? Ripper? No, what's
Ripper.
her? Oh, I can't think of her name. She's on broadcast at the same time we're. She, the teen, Miss Teen Crypto. She's not a teen, but Randy Hopper. Ripper. I call
Randy
her.
Hopper. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she uses that all the time. Gonna pump it up.
Pump it up. Here's the thing I love about that song. My first introduction really into crypto DJing was with that song. So that's why I'm just like, gonna pump it up. Pump it up. Gonna pump it up. Oh, by the way, when is X gonna get popping? Just giving you a heads up.
Oh,
so
shit, I forgot about that.
all right, guys. So let's go ahead and check things out here. So I'm looking at Solana. Solana here, and we're going to jump back here to Bitcoin here in just a second. But you can see here, it's trying to make that run, but it's running out of steam. And so I always say we want to see higher highs and higher lows. As we're trying to increase, you can see that the volume is dying out. And so this level here, and I always let everybody know, the institutions don't play by the same margin that the rest of the population play by. So something that they could deploy, let's say if they want to deploy $1 billion on their end, it would take us about 10 to $20 billion because they have a different margin system. They have a 10 to 20 inverse of what we do. And so if you're thinking you're going to be able to play against them, you would need to deploy a 10-to-1 ratio to go against them. And remember, this is a company these are companies that
Pedro, tell us what a 10-to-1 ratio means in fifth grader terms, so people, including me, get it.
All right. So you know how the big guys, if on the school ground, the big guys, right, the bullies, right,
Yep.
They were stronger. And all they had to do was literally just push you a little and it would send you flying. Whereas you're like, you're a big guy, or you're a small guy and you're trying to give everything you can. Okay. That right there is an imbalance of strength. Okay. And with that imbalance of strength, remember, you need the yard duty. The yard duty is really important, right? Because the yard duty is bigger than the bully. And so in traditional markets, you have a thing called the SEC and you have the government, which is the yard duty and your teachers. But in crypto, the SEC, the yard duty, is not on the playground. And in addition to that, the government, which is the teacher, is not on the playground. They are non-existent. And so they can do, those bullies can do whatever they want. And so when they want to deploy more power, let's say everybody gangs up on them, okay? Well, one bully equals 10 kids. Up it. And just keep doing it until they get your positions. Especially if there's a big trader there. They will take your position over and over and over and over. And we've seen it. I've seen it with gold. So I want you to have that understanding because we need a certain amount of money to trade. It's a margin call. So if I get in on a trade, I need, let's say, a 10, like if I want to get in on something, I can put $10 and I can have average of If I want to put a $10 trade on, I need at least kind of $100 in my bank account, right?
Right.
To be able to trade that. Okay.
That's what I was looking for. The 10 to 1 ratio. That was that's what it was.
Oh.
If you're going to bet $10, have $100. You're going on about the SEC and stuff. I was like,
well, because it's all correlated. Like it's really all correlated. So you also have the back end. And we need to go to some charts here real quick. But here's the thing. With them, instead of having $100 to get $10, all they need is literally $1 to $10. So there's a 10 to 1 ratio at least. Some of these guys have so much backing, right? That all they need is $1 and they get $100. Right? They can deploy $100 and all they need is $1 in their bank account because of the strength, and then they can deploy that capital against you for their position
and wreck you.
And wreck you. And so this is where I'm saying we can see that happening here. Is there is money being deployed against this zone here that's being held, and so we're seeing lower highs, unfortunately.
Alpha Wolf says Solana is supposed to have an influx of financial institution money anyway. It's signed a contract with the EU back in June. And also, you're going to see Solana getting back on all the exchanges in the U.S. that they were banned.
Here we go. Tell me you stayed in that long.
I stayed in it.
Yes. Good. I'm sorry. I love it I love it. Good job. Good job. It did exactly what we said what it wanted to do. We wanted to see it stay above that 8 period. I said on this 15-minute chart, if this closes red, then we need to get out. If it closes green, it's going to continue. And so good job, Tom. Good job. I'm sorry. Good job, man. I'm so proud of you. Good job.
Yeah, I know. That went against, like, when I saw it starting to fade there, I was like, oh, I should sell. But now T money is up $50.
Good job, man. Good job. Okay, so here's the thing. Take 60 to 70% of that off. Okay? And then from there, now you're playing with house money. Put your stop where you need to put it so that you end up doing very well, and let this baby run. Right? This is trading. This is not buy and hold here.
Right. Right. Let's be clear. I'm not doing what I should be doing, Michael Saylor thing. I'm doing trading stuff.
Michael Saylor, I don't think buys on future markets. One, I think he buys on spot.
Exactly.
Or spot BTC. Okay, this is really important to understand. And this is a trade. This is not an investment. Okay, we're looking to.
And none of this is investment advice. You.
Yeah, this is not. And again, this is between me and him. This is not financial advice, but this is something that he was in before the market, and we said, hey, let's keep this on, and because the market should go up. All right, good job, guys. What's up, Extreme Car Care, over from London?
No, Manchester.
Oh, Manchester.
Don't mix that up. That's
yes.
Big problems there.
Point. He might come beat me up, and he'd fly over and be like, "What up, bro? Bro?" No, they don't say bro. What do they say?
He'd come over and say, "What's your problem, you wanker?
You wanker, late to the party. You wanker, alpha." $11 trillion, baby. That's what I'm talking about. They will. But the key is banks never buy in an up market. This is the key to understand. I always let everybody know. They will not go through and buy in an up market. Institutions buy at a pullback. Right? Now, I've talked about, there's a lot of stuff. I think a potential $1 trillion Solana is very plausible. I think it's very plausible. Do not think that's not plausible. I think or $1 trillion market cap, excuse me.
Hey, Mr. Car Care has to, please tell me you're going to a car detailing convention.
That's cool.
No, I don't know what he's going there for. That would be funny.
That would be very cool. But these are super important to be paying attention to as we're moving forward, right? Is that they will not buy on a up market. They will always buy in, because remember, they have to deploy that money and show their investors that they're making money kind of right in the beginning. These are major investors. And so they want to see money being made right off the jump. They don't want to say, hey, we got, especially being in crypto, right? If you're in crypto and us, right? Like it can go from 93,000 here down to 90,000, okay? Which is a major pullback. It's almost like 30%, right, off your money if you bought in all the way out. So you'd want to buy in at a low level where then they could sit there and say, we made you money, sir. You can see here, you might want to invest more money here, right? That's what they do. That's absolutely what they do. So it's important to be paying attention to that. All right, so let's check out also a few other things here real quick, because I want, now that we know Bitcoin is going to be pushing, I expect to see some resistance around that 94,000 as we get to the 95,000, Tom. So just to give you a heads up so you know what's up. Let's pay attention here real quick to the ES. So the ES, I want to point out a couple things here. We are seeing, and this is super important, a decrease in volume as we are moving up. Okay, so this is important to pay attention. But as we're moving up, right, we know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the economy that's really important to be paying attention to. But the biggest key is this, is that is Trump going to be able to come in and mitigate a lot of the real issues here in the economy? One being jobs are starting to drop off. And it's more of a systemic issue in the economy that we're actually dealing with. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he does there. Obviously, him going through, opening up the oil sources right here, where we're going to be able to export. That's going to draw in some jobs. Also, more importantly, we're also retail sales are slumping, right? Real retail sales, meaning even though prices of retail is going up and we're seeing an increase in pricing, the amount that you're buying for, i.e. Tom, as he bought 2 chickens versus 3 chickens, paying the same price, right? Remember when he went and got the chicken drums and he came in and just complained about like inflation? And I was like, BS, same price, you only get 2, right? It's the same issue that we're seeing all across America, and people are getting upset. So they're actually holding back on their money and only buying essential things. And we saw some big earnings happening over in a few of the car distributing companies out there for parts. And so these are certain things that you need to be paying attention to, right? And so this is why I'm a little hesitant to say that we potentially could see a bit of a pullback on the S&P 500. And as that retracts, we potentially could see that money go into Bitcoin, okay, go into crypto. So it's important that we need to be paying attention to it. And additionally to that, right, as we start to pull, we also could see a pullback down into crypto, because we might see some people struggling, needing to actually take money out so they can actually make ends meet. So it's going to be this bit of just kind of push and pull here. So I want to make sure we point this out. Let's check out the Dixie here. The dollar here is finding support here on the 8-period moving average. We came up into this area, and we've been talking about this. This is another thing that's going to be on a global standpoint. The dollar, if the dollar goes up, it puts pressure on many other currencies. Okay, and so if the dollar goes up, their currency goes down. And instead of having almost when I say 1-to-1, I mean like a percentage of it, right? Where it's like, if this dollar is going up and it's following the dollar, and you're kind of seeing this type of thing where it kind of does this, okay? What happens is, that's a good thing. But when you start to see a divergence where one goes up hard and then the other one really pivots down, starts to go down, it adds to your business issues. So then you don't want to do business with America. All right, because if you're an exporter and you're looking to do business and you need to take in from you need to import something, it's going to be really expensive to do business in America. Oh, what's up, Matt Rhodes? Good to see you, brother. Good fam.
Matt Rhodes in the house. BTC approaching 94,000. Yes, it is. It's right there.
Yes, sir.
We've just hit, while on the air. My camera is not switching properly here, but while on the air, we're hitting new all-time highs in Bitcoin. You guys are experiencing it here on the DYOR Media Network, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we roll.
Awesome. All right, so let me jump in here real quick. Hey, make sure you get the X up and running, bud.
I've tried it 3 times.
Okay. All right, that's all right. We'll get it going then later. Well, at least we could upload a video of it. So this again, let me finish up this thought so we can understand what's happening here. So as that happens, again, a lot of the world has Bitcoin. They buy Bitcoin. One of the things that you could use to actually help out and sustain their economy, again, we talked about this last night, is literally people buying crypto. And so them buying crypto could really help out with cryptocurrency, or excuse me, Bitcoin. As they buy Bitcoin, they then will look at and go, wait, there are all these other potential income generating entities that are almost just as stable. And so you can sit there and say, okay, this is what we're going to buy. These are good entities. And so that would be like Ethereum. I will be checking out Ethereum too. I saw what you wanted me to do. I will by end of year, definitely. But it's important to understand what's happening with the Dixie and how things potentially could be very favorable for crypto again. And then, so as we move forward here, let's check out the bonds here and the yields, right? We've heard that Powell is considering keeping rates where they're trying to be and where they're trying to stay, right? And when we look at the year, right, or excuse me, not the year, but the 1 month, right, we're seeing people are now starting to pull their money out of. It's still at a very high point, just so you can sit there and see it. Like, this is where we kind of were at, right? Back in 2002, we saw the climb. So we're still within this area here, but it's still kind of just finding support here. If Powell talks about us keeping rates of where it's at, it's going to be a good thing for people who are still in bonds. So they're going to want to chill and hold through this troublesome time going on in crypto, not in crypto, but in the traditional markets. So this will actually help bring cash where they can buy in on the actual stock market and see what's going to happen there, so they can find good deals. We've talked about this as well, that Warren Buffett has been stockpiling cash. The man has literally $319 billion. He has $319 billion, which is 1/3 of $1 trillion. That's a big deal, people. It's a very big deal. Okay.
Sorry, it's such an unimaginable amount of money to be able to just say, I'm going to deploy 1/3 of $1 trillion. $1
trillion, people. It is ridiculous. Aside cash, here's the thing: the market, the institutions always want their money making money, right? So right now, his money is making money in 1 year bonds, or excuse me, not 1 year bonds, 1 month bonds. He's got a lot of money in treasuries, and he's making about 4.5% annually, right? Which is basically about 12 to 16 billion dollars, right? And he's bringing that in at a pretty good rate. So, I mean, thank you. Have a nice day, right? And on a monthly basis, that's about $1 billion on a monthly basis, money coming in, just stacking up off of treasuries. So you talk about a good problem to have, right? Yeah. Or is it now 333 billion? It could be. Laugh out loud. My bad. It's already down to 9922. I'm guessing that not big news. Laugh out loud. My bad. It's already down to 9992. Boom.
Hey, right, Pedro, so hold that thought. I'm going to do that thing again. We're going to take a 1 minute break here. Trying the manual ad insertion to not drive everyone crazy. For you guys on Rumble, just hang out for a minute, and as they say, we'll be right back.
Absolutely.
If this works, how does this hit that button?
Fingers crossed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's, hey, hold on a minute, 1 second here. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with that ad insertion break, that artificial insertion break. We appreciate your time. Hopefully, you use that minute to better your life. But anyway, Pedro, this morning we've been talking about Bitcoin and its. I don't know what just happened here. My God.
What just happened?
My God, what the hell happened there? I blew that badly. I had the music blasting, and it's doing it again. Oh, I'll get better at this, ladies and gentlemen. I've only been doing it for 4 years. I think I would have it ironed out now. Pedro and I get a few more viewers and a big sponsor. We'll get a video production tech to handle this. They can live in the Philippines and do it. Thank you for putting up with our our technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, Pedro, while we were talking and on break, I came down and I got stopped out, and now it's pumping again.
Let's go ahead and pull it out here real quick.
I took my, I took the 60% out. I took $30 out of my winnings, and then it came down and stopped me out, and I cleared another $10. So I'm up $40, and now it's just ripping again.
Well, the thing is, so where was your? I thought you got in like right here. So you want to put your stop up, and we're pretty much where break even's at.
I put it well above break even.
Oh, you need breathing room. You need for it.
I needed some breathing room in it. Yeah, and I didn't.
But it's okay. But it's okay. You're okay. Look, again, this is what I'm expecting, right? You saw the push up, boom. We want to see it come back down, tap right here, right? And then we're gonna see some consolidation kind of come down. Right, we're pushing up, and so these are some of the things that we want to see. Right, we see buyers stepping in. You see how it's pushing up, and then it's coming back down, then pushing back up. Right, these are defense against the sellers, which that means buyers are defending their position, and that's a good thing. Alrighty, then awesome. Let's check out. So what is this from Pump Fund? All right, we'll check it out right now.
Our good friend at the Kova Crypto couldn't join us for Meme Coin Monday, so he's asking for a meme today. Happy to help him out. See if he's going to make some cash monies. Chuck says Nvidia still making him very happy. That's good. Extreme Car Care says he's going to New York to go to a supplier's factory and a five-day sightseeing. Go to nice. If you haven't been there, go to the World Trade Center zone. It's pretty cool, and see the holes in the ground that are now a memorial. Judas the Backstabber says, "Damn, you made Tom glitch." Well, I've been glitching here. Now I have this green. I'm not happy today with the old computer. One of these days, Pedro, we're gonna get a good sponsor. We're gonna have all new computers, and we're gonna look like the pros here. Let's see what I missed a lot of comments. Yeah, background music really loud. I goofed that up. I stuffed some, but I can't live anymore. And every once in a while I goof it up. Yeah, Judas says, need a production team. Yes, we do. We do.
Yes, we do. Okay, boom, coming down. I'm looking at, so this is a pump fund.
All right, Kova, we're looking at Pepper right now. I know you're driving, so be careful with your phone.
Give me 1 second. Yes, please be safe. Please be safe. Okay, please be safe. I don't know if Patrick's here. Is Patrick here by chance? Are you still in here, bud? You still watching? Let me know. Patty. Let me know. Just say what's up. Boom, Patrick.
Coinbase dump might bring Bitcoin back to 90K, but not for long. Is Coinbase dumping, or is that just a if then thing? Why are these glasses crooked on my head?
So I'm looking at this here right now.
Oh yeah,
Pepper ran.
You're right, Judas. I did when Pedro used the phrase half a trillion. Or no, a third of a trillion. Sorry, $1/3 of $1 trillion.
Yeah.
You're just like, my God, that's a lot of money. I mean,
yeah, it is.
I mean, when you can sit and you can live comfortably in different parts of the world. Like a lot of Americans retire to a couple communities in Mexico and now in Costa Rica and stuff because the cost of living is so low compared to the U.S. And they get by, people get by on $40,000, $30,000 a year. And just doing the basics, but living okay.
And live really well.
Yeah, live
America.
well, and they have a cleaning lady come in and take care of them, and someone to come wipe their ass and stuff. And wipers.
right. Like legit.
And to think that $1/3 trillion. I mean, and I know it's in this company and not personally that he has, on his debit account. You go to the ATM and it gives you your balance. $300 billion. Okay, well, let's take $100 out for today. It's just amazing. Nova and Kova, the lucky mix. Recurring dump. Well, people are playing that Coinbase like it's a craps table, that's for sure. Judas says, can I just have 1%? Like 1% of $1/3 trillion, please.
Right. You talk about a good day. Oh, by the way, you just inherited about 1/3 of a fortune. Or 1% of a fortune. Okay. How much is the fortune? $1 trillion. Oh, dear Jesus. Thank you. What's 1% of $1 trillion? That's $1 billion. There you go. How would you like $1 billion?
No, it's $10 billion.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. $10 billion.
$10 billion. Here you go, Jesus. Here's your $10 billion.
Thank you. Have a good day. We'll see you never now. Dude, I mean, the thing, at that point, all you just do is you just give money away. I mean, like legit. Like, what else would you do with it?
I'd give money away to, like I said, I'd have the foundation that takes care of all that, but then I'd give lots of money away to the golf courses of the world. That's for sure.
Basically, a lot of golf.
This guy goes on with these New Testament jokes. I gotta tell you, that's nothing compared to what I got for Jesus. You got 2,000 years of Christianity. That's what you got. That was a goof. Oops. Created the second largest religion of all times by doing that. Whoops.
There we go. All right, so here we are right here. Actually, second largest. What's the first one? Atheism?
No, isn't Hindu much larger?
No,
it's
like the third one. Yeah.
You know what?
Islam, Christian, Islam, and then Hindu or Judaism. I know Judaism is pretty low, but just we're talking about power wise. But yeah, Hinduism is definitely not. I mean, there's definitely a lot more Christians. Or you guys can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty positive that's Christian, Islam, and then Hindi.
All right, what happened with Pepper here?
All right. So, yeah, it basically it's a pump fund. So, it obviously ran for about 1, 2, 3 days. You guys hit almost $1 million. Oh wait, 1.2 mil, and now it's consolidating here. So I'm looking at this going, okay, we have two areas. So we've got this area where it's actually coming down to. It's actually been traded through. And so you could see a bounce right here at that 55.2 area to that 48.4 area here. Problem is not a lot of moving average. All our moving averages are below us. So you're going purely on this zone here. And I'm looking at it, like I said, we're seeing a sell-off. We're seeing a lot of moving. We're seeing a lot of volume. There it is. Slow down, right? So which is a good thing. Whereas the sellers are definitely losing their footing here.
Dara baby, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
So you're seeing it kind of step into this area. You could potentially see it push up here. The next one after that is going to be literally all the way down to the 4 or the 8,000 area. So this is where you can sit there and play off of, right? It's to make sure you're smart. Now you're playing that, okay, off of this area. You really have nothing but orders here that are going to help you out. So it depends on what you want to do. But if I was going to get in, I'd get in with $5,000 or 50 at the 55,000 mark area to the 48,000 mark area, and then wait for, if we go below here, I'm getting out. Right? That's just me. I'm not going to allow, or going with $10 on this play, right? And then because from here on $10, if it rallies all the way back up to 1.5 mil, right? That $10 turns into a couple hundred. So
I rugged Jesus. Judas says.
Oh, you did.
Can't wait to see how YouTube classifies this broadcast. Christian Gospel Channel.
I saw a guy. It was an atheist, and he basically was like, he was reacting to this song called "Reckless Love," and he's sitting there crying, and I sat there and I was like, man, this guy's being really moved. And later found out the guy is really kind of a Christian, but he was totally playing it up. And but great music. He basically goes over music and stuff like that. And I found out I actually stumbled on it at some really good music because of him. Anyways, long story short, this is the area that I'm looking at. If I was going to get in, that would be the area that I'd be looking to be purchasing at this level here. And again, my stop is going to be at that $48 mark, or you can go in with, if you're going with 100, that's where I would definitely be from there. And then, but if you're looking to kind of capture this whole entire movement as it comes down, from 57,000 area, 55,000 to basically zero, we're down at, pump fund where it just kind of bottoms out. We know that many times it will do this, go consolidate for 20 days, a month, and all of a sudden send to, 10 million or 100 million sometimes, right? It's kind of crazy how this stuff works. But the fact that it has 717 holders, the part I don't like is the fact that it has a rug pull ratio of this dev rug pulling 100% of the time. So again, throwing that out there. It is held at the top 10 people here. Many of the top 20% do hold really high top 10 coins in their wallet. So that there are some people here who are definitely mining and farming this area, but at the same time, are they also looking to take more of a bigger profit off of this? So it all depends on what they're going to do. So that's what I'm looking at with Pepper here. But it's a good holder count for a pump fund account. So I like that. We'll see what happens. Let's check out the next one here. Boom.
Hold on, Pedro. I've got a little freeze right here, so your screen's not coming up. I'm trying to give it a break. Or get it switching here. There we go. You're back up.
All right, excellent. Did you get all the stuff that I just went over, or no?
Yeah, almost all of it. Just the last 30 seconds or so.
Oh yeah, so that's pretty much just, like I said, this area right here. However you want to set up your trade. But if I was going to get in, I'm looking to get in at that 57. Excuse me, the 55.2 area to the 48.2 area. All right, guys. So that's in a shot. Let's check out the next one here. Boom.
Hey, what is this next one? I don't even know the name of it. Goat.
It's called Goat. Go see us. All right, boom. Daily. Let's check out. Is this Goatius Maximus? Yeah, it says Goat. Alrighty. So Goatius is showing some good selling pressure as it's coming down. Good little push up to 1.8 mil, almost 2 billion here. So it's looking hot. I just want to see honestly where it started. This thing started at 39.69. 3,900. So 4,000 is started at. It's crazy.
Imagine getting in there. Yes, dude, Tom Oliver, this is
Shogun,
the AI generated ones.
Bro, Shogun's group got in on this stuff. When it was sitting at, I'm not joking, because they sit there and they play off of that. So it's they got in, dude. I think once it hit at $1 billion over here, I think that's when they kind of sold out. Right?
Look at those wicks though on that time period. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to come down.
People are taking profits finally, huh? Volume's dropping.
Well, I think it's going to continue here. I don't think this thing, this isn't going away. I think this is going to be one of the ones that's going to hold, like the Shiba Inu, like the Dogecoin. I think this is one of those ones that will stick around. We'll see this at $20 billion market cap potentially, right? And a lot of their dust bags down in this level here is just ridiculous. The amount of volume that gets traded on this on a daily basis is crazy. Look, 51 million. So these billionaire or these 100 millionaires potentially that got in right here at these lower levels. I had a buddy of mine who I think got in right here at 100 million. Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. And I actually sent it to him. So he got in at about 500, 400 mil. So he's got about 3x, 4x, which is nice for him. Looking really nice area for this stuff here. So I like this stuff when I'm looking at the market. Most importantly though here, and where is it going to come back down? There's a few places. I like this area here at the 826 million market cap here. It's a good little area. Let me make sure. Yeah. Let me pull it right here. Yeah, so you have a little different. Yeah, so you have like, so that 82 cent to the 64 cent area is a good little area for a pull back down to. That definitely is a weekly. Oh, you can't see it. Let me pull this up on here, Georgie. Deck screener, Godius Maximus. Boom. Getting hit by a bunch of things going on. Boom. Let's go ahead. Hey guys, if you guys also do it, we just actually went over live on X. Are we live on X yet? Boom. No, we're not.
Yeah, we have.
Is it through you or is it through DYOR?
DYOR.
I'm not seeing it.
I see it.
Oh, yep, I see it. Nope, I do not. Okay. All right. Well, for whatever reason, I can't see it. Okay. So this Godius Maximus is one of those ones that I think, like you said, it's one of the original ones. If there really is a major person running this, right, then I would expect to see them kind of pulling back. Oh man, that came right down to our area and then pushed up. Nice. So we came down into our area, pushed back up, and now that really looking at here, this is going to be most likely that area.
Happy Tuesday, Chumbalones, says Carmen Crypto. Carmen, welcome to the show. Carmen, we're going to do a nice, short, concise show tonight. You going to join us? Let us know.
Yeah, it's about an hour long. Long. So that's in a nutshell. So that's in a nutshell for Godius. I look at that. It's going to be really good. Actually, can you just give me a minute, my people? I actually have to use a bio break here real quick.
Call it the bio break here. All right, Pedro, I'll take it over for a minute here, and I'll...
All right. Perfect.
I've clicked the button, but for some reason you're... Here we go. And I'm not on. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh, where did Tom go? The Lords took away from me. There I am. Ladies and gentlemen, we're pushing 93,300. We went up to, oh God, what was our high here today? 93.9 something. Let's see, what was the high here in this time period? 93,912, just short of 94,000. Thought we were gonna hit 94,000. Did not hit it. Did not hit it. Oh, let's get some comments here. Judas, we all know it's in jest. Otherwise, I would never put your comments up there. But who your friend was offended, he's got to get a life, or she's got to get a life, or whatever. If they're offended, this is a free speech country, and you should have a free speech soul to yourself. And if you're honestly worried that the great lightning bolt is going to strike you down, then you got a lot of other things you need to worry about. Remember 40K in January? We may never see that price again. You're right. We're probably never going to see that price again. Let's see. Change that. Put the yeah music on instead. Judas says, unless I see a good move or a good drop on something I already own. Oh, just been watching my stuff go up. Blah, blah, blah. Ad time. It is a time for an ad. We're going to do that, and then we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We will insert the ad, and now. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for putting up with our artificial inserted ads right there. Thanks to our whole crowd today. We'll be on just for only a few minutes longer when Pedro comes back. More overtime. Troublesome says, Shazam. 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 Somebody the other day made a reference to the Andy Griffith Show. Who was that? You, Troublesome? Not a lot of people watch that show. I watched when I was in college. I guess it would be right after. No, it was right before dinner. At my fraternity house where we lived. It was big enough. We had a kitchen and a chef. We would watch the Andy Griffith Show, and then Star Trek. And then as soon as Star Trek ended, we knew it was time for dinner. It was not troublesome. While we were on commercial, it was a good time for me to take a bite of my sandwich. But now I have stuff in my teeth. Anyway, it looks like we're starting to make a run back up for it here. Go at Bitcoin. Usually when Pedro takes a break, I have something to talk about. But we already talked about Mr. Saylor and his buying pattern today. And I thought it was really good. I had a bunch of political things to talk about. We're not going to get about Trump's appointments and all that. We're not going to get into those today. Oh, here we go. We got a joke. Here we go. What do you call a Roman with hair in his teeth? Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Judas should know this. Come on. Let's hear the answer. What do you call a Roman with hair in his teeth? Yes, Judas should know. You're right. There comes Pedro.
Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry about that. I apologize for the unprofessionalism here. I just sometimes when nature calls, it calls immediately. And it was like, okay, gotcha. I can't hold on. No, anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and go.
A gladiator. Oh, boo, boo, boo. His joke was, what do you call a Roman with hair in his teeth?
Saw that
gladiator.
Yeah, got it. That's funny. All right, guys. So I want to kind of talk about here real quick. I'm trying to give you guys a good little overview of what potentially we could see what's happening here. So anything that's remotely connected to Bitcoin is doing really well. We know this, right? We're in the bull market. Things are popping like it's hot, right? And as we come back down, we're going to see, like we popped, we came back down, right? We want to see that consolidation here on Bitcoin, right? And that's kind of what we're going to see here with natural markets, right? With the natural market. Anything that's connected to any type of cryptocurrency is going to be a good play for you. Coinbase, all of those. Be looking at that. I mean, look at Coinbase. It's already sitting at right? Like it's like here's the all-time high pretty much right here, and we're sitting right there at the $28 billion mark for this market cap here. So it's sorry, I don't know why I said billion market cap. It's sometimes my brain, I literally thought the market, what is the market cap here? And then it inserted market cap when I was saying it, so forgive me. It's $328 for this stock. I know it's a lot, but you can buy this stuff and fractional shares over on Robinhood and a few other places you can, right? The same thing for Tesla. Tesla is really big, right? We talked about Tesla being all the way down here, right? When we saw the sell-off back when it came down to the 100 area, right? And then it came back and pulled back again to that 150 area. We've talked about this, right? Actually, not here. Did we talk about it? Yes, we did. We did actually talk about this. And then it came back down when we saw it back in December or January, right? As it started to sell off, I said, guys, expect to see this come back down around to that 150, 140 area. And we did. We saw it come down. So these are some of the small details we can be paying attention to for us. Now, Tesla is pushing up. Hopefully, you guys were able to get in on those plays. But the next thing is Tesla is potentially pushing up, and these are going to be the major market moving stocks that
there it
we'll
is.
see.
Sorry, Pedro. Bitcoin just popped 94,000.
Okay. We'll jump right in real quick. We can check it out here real quick.
Oh, wait, did it?
All right, so what? No,
I can't tell if
popping.
it.
I can see. That's popping. Like we said, it came back. Okay, and we're now going to start to see, we want to see volume come in on these levels, right? We want to see volume popping up. So if we start to see the green volume start to come in, expected then this can continue, put another leg in, right? Come up, pop in. And once it's cleared out all the supply at this level here, okay, then we should see it then continue up. And that's when we'll have that leg up to 95, right? That 94, 95 area. And again, I think we could probably have a pullback on that hourly period, maybe 2 hours, if not maybe for the day, right? And then see it potentially continue out of this range into by the end of the week. I would love to see 100,000 by the end of the week, if not by the end of next week. So that would be so dope. You talk about a good conversation at the Thanksgiving meal there. Where you can sit there and tell all your friends, hey guys, I love you. Why aren't you guys in crypto right now? We're just starting this bull run. Boom, let's get this popping.
Chuck,
right?
it hit on my chart. I realized it hit 93,939. Now I'm looking at the futures markets. Or the futures price is a little different than the spot. Ooh, this is exciting.
So, very exciting. All right, shout out to all our guys over at Rumble. Please hit that like button, subscribe button. Please, we implore you, because we are a small show and we are climbing, we are growing, but we need your guys' help over at Rumble to get in on a good spot. And you guys, we've got so many of you guys watching this. Please log in. Please sign up with it. All you got to hit, just sign into Google and you come right in. We are small guys and we're trying to get this thing up and running. And you guys are really the lifeblood for us.
And I get notifications on my phone when we get subscribers on Rumble.
So we really appreciate you. So we really appreciate you guys so much.
And I'm only seeing a few here. You guys need to be click.
Well, we're asking you. We're not telling you. And it's key again.
Right.
Again, many of you guys,
we're begging,
listen, I have no problem. I'm grinding. I'm trying to give you guys cash. And I want to make it worth my while to really take the time to do this, right? Like I want to see you guys make cash as well if you do so choose to do whatever I'm suggesting. I've got a pretty good win ratio. You can go back and look at a lot of our shows and look at a lot of my calls, and they do pretty fairly well. I don't want to toot my own horn. You can go back and check it yourself, but I want you to get notified when I do come so that you guys have access to things that I'm bringing to the table. And that's my goal, right? Is I want to bring real value with real talking points and different ways of looking at certain news things, as well as bringing you real cash, real situations that you can potentially make money on. Again, this is not financial advice. This is entertainment, educational purpose only, just like I have to do that for now. Okay, thank you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to do a little spiel there. Let's check out here again.
It's important that our community knows why we're doing this. And we're doing it because I like talking and I like doing this show. I also like learning about crypto. And Pedro is interested in doing it too and growing our little channel here into something worthwhile. But it's also cool when you educate people and they trade and say, hey, I made money on that. Unlike DarBaby, who sold at a loss with RET and then it 2x'd after he sold it.
Really? Is that what? That breaks my heart.
It came back down, but if he had held 3 or 4 more hours, it would have been okay.
Man, that just really breaks me. That bothers me. All right, and let's check out RET just right now, see what's going on with it, because that was one of the ones we did talk about. So RET, oh, that's red. No, it's actually on here real quick. And I care about you guys. That's the key. I really do. Every one of you guys, I do. I want to see you successful and killing it. Man, nice. Guys, look. It hit our area here. Nice. Look. All right, so we came down into our area here. If any of you guys got in at that 2 mil mark here, we got up to 5 mil. So you definitely hit a 1 or 2x there. So hopefully you took a major part of your profit and left dust, right? We talked about this yesterday as we were coming down into this level. It was hitting that 8-period moving average in a zone. So expect to see a pump from there, right? I said expect it to go down first into the evening and then come back up. And when you see it get above your trending mechanism, whatever you use as a trending mechanism, when you see it get above that in this area, when you see volume come in, boom, volume coming in, and then you see it now start to go into your trending mechanism, you can sit there and play off of that. And so that's why that's why I'm telling you guys, right? Like, boom, get in, pop it, and you know, get your 1 or 2x, and then leave your dust. Leave your dust so that you're good on it, right?
Pedro, what moving average is that thing bouncing off of there?
It would actually be about probably the 30-minute. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The one it's touching, well, it's touching, on that chart, it's touching 2 of them. Now it's just touching 1.
So this one right here, it's actually trading off of the, you can see it's coming off and it's going to start finding support on that 100-day period.
No, I was just asking which one is it touching right now at the current price? I didn't.
It's 50. It's a 200 period moving.
200
right
period
now at the current price. Yeah, it's 200 period. That's the pink one here.
I had my moving averages set up similar to yours, and something happened. It didn't. I must have cleared the. I didn't clear my cache like you did, but I must have set Brave to eliminate cookies for certain sites, and it cleared my chart. I had the colors set up like you told me to, and so I can recognize them well. And I was like, drat. But actually, now that you expand the chart, you can just tell by the way that that chart, the 200 is, you know, the smoothest one. I should have recognized it right away.
Mm-hmm. Which one is bouncing off of? You know.
Let's see. Chuck says CMC. I hit 93,905. Chuck says back to mining some fiat. Thanks for joining us today, Chuck. We're only going to be on another few minutes here anyway.
Good to have you, brother. Thanks for keeping the Rumble thing, man. You are a diehard, man. I love Dr. J, dude. He's one of our ride or dies, man. Like legit. He's such an awesome. Really appreciate you, man. A lot. Boom. Thanks, brother. You rock. And for our viewers right now that we just saw a little bump over at Rumble. Hey guys, if you guys are just finding us today, we appreciate you. If you've been watching us over the last few days or few weeks, we really appreciate you as well. We're a small YouTube channel, and we would ask you just to log in and really just kind of see what we're doing here. Our goal here for many of you guys on Rumble is to bring you some good content with ways for you can see what's happening as we come in and really start this bull run so that you guys can really take advantage of crypto and what it entails. We're going to be going over how to set up future trading so you guys can understand how to get into it and how to capitalize on the manipulation that we're going to see. And additionally to that, we talk about real news sources, real things that actually pertain to your life and what's going to actually happen with it, with crypto and personal life situations that you may have to deal with down the road, good and bad. Either way, we're going to bring it here and just be honest with it.
And we like to talk. We talk crypto here in the digital asset industry, but obviously because of the political cycle, election cycle, we talk a lot of politics, and we know a lot of you Rumblers have a lot of political stuff to talk about. So feel free to sign up, and you don't need to join the premium and pay $99. All you need to do is just log in. You can use your Google login, and hit the comments here that are over on the side right here. And join the discussion. Ask us questions. We're here. Well, like I say, we're a live show. Many of the shows that you see out there that are live are actually live to tape, and they do the intro. They do the intro and talk to a few people, and then you notice that they don't really talk to anyone the rest of the show. It's because it's live to tape. We do it live here, and we take your questions. We also have other good stuff here. We have a whole series of podcasts by the Crypto Swamp Creatures, two gentlemen, Chris Alexander and Justin Wallin from Washington, D.C. They wear suit and ties on the show, and they talk about the nexus of crypto in politics, and frankly, a lot of politics. And not only that, as far as I can tell, Pedro, we were the only network that called the election correctly, and we put zero effort into it.
Well, that's quite the opposite. We put
Justin
a
did.
lot into it.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, but
Justin, he's the one that picked out that Camilla was losing the Hispanic vote, and he picked it out about 2 weeks before the election, and we did a podcast on it. And he said it was a dead heat, the election, but first of all, it turns out the polls were wrong. It was not a dead heat, but he did pick out that they was losing to the Latino vote, and nobody else was reporting that. Fox was not reporting it, and even though he went on Fox, we actually have people that are part of our network that go on national television, that went on Fox and told them he's losing the Latino vote. He went on News Nation too, told them that, and they didn't even put it in their thing and talk about it. You think that would have been something they seized on and was like, woo!
Yeah.
But nope.
Yeah.
Anyway, we called it. We're just going to take the credit. Pedro and I are going to take the credit for that.
Shout out to Justin Wallin. He's wilding out because he's the man. That's what's up. And he's over there on our channel, right? Which is, what is he talking about? What is it that they do? What's the name of that company?
The company?
Or the show?
Oh, the Crypto Swamp Creatures?
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the show. Judas says, he says, I could have told you that after lunching with the fam. The Latino vote right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, bueno. Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe how many guys in my family were pro. I'm like, I'm literally, a lot of them were pro-Trump, just straight up. And it was really interesting to see. Let's jump here real quick, just last a little bit, so I can go over it because it's Technical Tuesday, and I want to give you guys some stuff here, so you can.
Even my mom's voted Trump. Someone spent some time in the hood when they use the word moms. Doesn't mean plural moms.
Means moms. Well, I'm not gonna. Let's just real quick. Let's focus here, guys. So let's check out a couple other things here as we're moving forward here. Okay, when we look at the bonds are moving down, right? And that's important to be looking at as we're progressing here. We're also seeing rates, yields kind of hold steady. And so with this is actually a good sign as we're, give me a second, the 30, let's check out the 10.
Crypto Mike, I'm getting your joke. A lot of our viewers are not getting that, but I am. He says Justin Wallin is the only good Justin that we talk about, because the other one would be Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, that actually just saw R. As soon as you said that, did you see the drop in Rumble when you said that? That's hilarious.
These guys, the Rumblers, have no love for Justin Trudeau because they
at all.
They think about the trucker convoy and all that. And as far as I can tell, I'm the only one that actually lived through it. Like, literally was down in the middle of it, because that's where my apartment in Ottawa is. And the news media reports it almost exclusively incorrect. It was awful. It was terrible. It was not just a protest. It was a siege. And it was awful. Just awful living there. during that period. Come on, Bitcoin, let's do it. Let's break that 94,000. Pedro, I think we're going to have to tell you, you got to put the hair up. These last minute in the show, you're going to have to put the hair up.
Okay, let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish.
Finish.
Let me finish. Thank you. All right, sorry guys. I'm trying to bring you guys real information here. Okay, so check this out. I'm trying to be entertaining, but I also want to give you a heads up. So we called the ZB here. You guys saw that we came in. This was going to be a trade that we were going to take part of. You can see it bounced off our area. It was right here. Bounced off, went up to where I talked about it, and then it sold off, which is really dope. Now we're starting to see the bond market starting to find support at this level here, and potentially we could see the bond market push up, which means that interest rates might go down. So it's really interesting to see from a geopolitical standpoint of what's actually happening with Bitcoin. People are potentially might even, and this is going to sound crazy, but I want to say here, instead of buying into treasuries and bonds, right? They might be start jumping into Bitcoin just to capture some form of alpha because of what Trump wants to do with the money or with the taxpayers' money by buying Bitcoin. It's going to be really interesting to start seeing as things happen. And so I want to bring this up. Then now we're going to go into Bitcoin here as it starts to happen. This is why we're seeing a lot of the situations. This is why I was talking about the situation with this. Whereas they don't like buying at a premium. They like buying at a low point. So even if it's just a local bottom, they're still going to try to buy in at those levels and then push it back up. So we might see this type of equilibrium happening for maybe a minute, or not a minute, but for maybe a day or two, and then explode up, boom, and then again come back down, but it'll create a higher low. So it's really important to be paying attention from a global standpoint. When you start to see a lot of these situations like bonds and the S&P 500, gold kind of selling off and pushing back up, you can see that the money's actually coming into certain aspects of Bitcoin and most likely really setting up for a new form of DeFi as we progress here with a lot of the institutions creating blockchains that will actually enable a better trading experience and a smoother trading experience within Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I had that all in notes and I wanted to get that out. And it was just kept like boom, boom, boom. So forgive me, guys. All right.
All good stuff, Pedro. All good stuff.
Yes, yes. So it's really interesting to see actually what's happening. You can check out the 30-minute candle, or 30-minute chat, 30-minute.
I guessed incorrectly with the screen there, and it's taken a second to get your screen back up.
It is all right.
There we go.
So you can see here, we have a 30-minute SMA that we're playing off of here, and you can see that it's really starting to find kind of support on it. So when you're looking to kind of get pullbacks, you want to be looking between that 30-minute and the hour pullback areas, right? And then as we continue, you can see it really start to play. The next place where we do another major pullback is going to be on that around 92.737 as then we continue to make higher. But you can play really off of that 30-minute SMA 8 as it continues up. So it's going to be really fun to see when it starts to move and continue here.
The 30-minute SMA 8.
Yes, sir.
To unpack that, look at the BTC chart, put it on 30 minutes, and have one of your moving averages set to 8 periods.
And it's simple moving averages. It's not exponential. It's not Hall. It is simple moving average. And you'll be able to sit there and see it. I like using.
I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put it on the 30-minute.
30-minute to hour. And again, this is dynamic. So once it breaks that area, then it's going to go to the next situation that correlates with it. Again, everybody has their own trading style. Just make sure you have a succinct trading plan that correlates with it. And make sure
that incorporates a lot of things, including what your personal risk level is here. Because remember, you're risking your own money with your own decisions. Pedro and I are just explaining how things work. And we're not telling you what to trade or how to trade or anything like that. Just like we didn't tell you who to vote for. Right? We didn't do any of that.
But I can't help it if we call it. All right, so let's check out Ethereum because I know they wanted me to check out Ethereum. So we've been playing off of this this 1 hour zone here that we kind of had here, right? We were talking about this, and this is actually daily zone right here that it's been playing off of and finding support. Now it tried to push through this 8 yesterday, but it was rejected. Price was rejected and came back down and to pick up buyers again, which is sitting right here. So if this thing can find, if this thing can get above this 8 period moving average and find with good volume, finish off the day, I would expect to see probably by the end of the year, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, easily above that 36, 37 area. Potentially, we should be able to see this thing above there. If not, get to the highs here, right, is what I'm expecting, because this consolidation period right here is simply just building up volume. You can see here that every time it kind of came down, right, we saw volume step in. It did not fully close below this area with extreme volume, right? It closed below it, but you see this volume right here was definitely lower. So I expected to see it come back down, find support, and then continue up. So that's what I'm expecting by the end of the year to be flirting. We should be above the 3,600 area and flirting with that all-time high of the 43 to 47 area there.
Ethereum. It's funny how Ethereum has been moving, and it's moved, 25%, 30% in the past week or so. And it doesn't, 30% is a lot in an investment. It's not chump change. And all it does is people just throw shade on Ethereum lately. And we need to watch out for that. Ethereum did a good job fixing their high fees. They did a great job fixing their high. They're still too high for everyone's thing. They're gonna have to do something to change the throughput to make it a little faster. And I know there's a couple of proposals out there. There's always proposals to do that, but none of them get voted on because they would change things too drastically for the validators. But they've done a better job with fees. Every once in a while in the past, it would cost you, $25 to send 100 USDT somewhere, and you'd be like, nope. Nope. And it kept people from FOMOing in and out of things because it was too expensive. And they kind of fixed that. It's entirely possible with one small tweak again, Ethereum could be a ripper. And
yeah, absolutely.
But they do need a fundamental change to allow it to be at least a little faster.
It's interesting to see as we start to move forward here, what's actually going to happen, because there's so many projects that are just legends in the industry. And it's going to really, I do think we're going to see it. Ooh, sorry about that. I just realized when I looked at my phone that I did not plug it in. And so I'm about to go.
Kova Crypto asked you a question here, Pedro. Are you familiar with following people on TradingView? Can we follow you on there?
You can actually. I haven't done much with it. I used to do it a little, was trying to get it up and running, but I haven't done much of it, which I actually have thought about actually going and streaming off of that and pulling traders there and just talking with them, BSing with them. I actually have, but I just got to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I think I've done it one time. I've interacted with a few traders, and we've actually kind of gone back and forth off of that. And there are some good traders over there that do post, like legit. I was watching one guy, and I was like, "Ooh, good call, dude." So, but you got to be careful. You got to go back and look at their videos and really make sure that they call the correct stuff.
Judas says there are a few level 2 chains there that are being built on ETH to get around those horrendous fees. Yeah, but in the level 2 chains all work fine.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with them. They're starting to have level 3 chains too. For why, I don't know. You can go to GitHub and make your own level 2 chain in about 10 minutes.
True.
Judas even says, I hold a bunch of tokens on ETH. All right, I think Bitcoin's going to drop down for a little bit here. Oh, no, bouncing off the... Look at the 1 minute chart. It's dangerous to look at the 1 minute chart.
I like to look at the 5 minute. Like the 5 minute for me, it's just, even the 5 minutes a lot, because it can get you in and out of a trade. And before you know, you're like, dang, I should have stayed in that.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's bouncing off the 20. All right, ladies and germs. We've been here long enough here today. We're going to be back on tonight. I think Carmen, let us know if you're going to join us.
Listen, you said you were gonna do it. Are you flaking out on me?
Yeah, which night?
Of your word?
There's a couple scheduling issues, and she said that it's possible that she could be available Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday nights, as there's no family duties those nights, but one of those nights is a date night with her man, who I've met.
It's all good.
I've actually met in person Carmen Crypto and her significant other just down the street here in Chicago. She said to me one day, and I've talked about this. I don't know how long ago was it, Carmen? 2 or 3 years ago. It was really funny because Carmen and I had done, like Pedro and I, we'd done tons of YouTube shows and live shows, and we met in person. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to be such and such visiting my significant other's relatives." And I'm like, "Where?" And she mentioned it. And I'm like, "That's right down the street." And she's like, "Well, let's meet up at a bar." And she said, "Oh, there's one they said is right." I'm like, "It's right down there. I could walk to it if I wanted to." And so we met, and so we decided to do a video shoot, a selfie video shoot, recording it. We could not do it. Pedro, you and I can talk like this. Carmen and I can talk like this forever and go on and on. We could not record a 1-minute recording. We could hold the phone up and we're like, "My name's Frank." No, I'm with We couldn't do it. It was so funny, and we were like, both of us. It's just like we were very good live, and on recording, you're just like flubbing it up, and you're like, we must have did it 20 times, Carmen. We weren't even drunk. No, we weren't. We were stone cold sober.
I was about to say, are you drunk? Like I was just thinking.
Nope, stone cold sober. Anyway, let's do the. Where is my great music here? The old Manila kick tracks here.
Oh yeah.
Lets everyone know the outro is playing. It's that time of the day, Pedro. It's time of the day we turn off our brains, and well, actually, it's time of the day where I start doing the long list of things that Mrs. Striking has got for me to do.
Are we going to go live tonight?
Yes. Let's do it. We're gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do an hour-long show. We're gonna attempt to do an hour-long show tonight.
Yeah, an hour long. Come check it out, the guys over at Rumble. Love to have you guys. We're gonna try to do an hour show. We're gonna go over the top news. It's more directed right here. This is more directed at the trading aspect of things because we're in the middle of the day of trading. Whereas our show at night, we go over the top news in crypto, keeping you informed of the new legislation, the new trends, the things that are potentially happening in crypto that you need to know about. And in addition to that, a lot of times we talk a lot about geopolitical. That was so hard to say. Geopolitical thought processes, where things might turn. We've been going over a lot of the cabinet members that Trump has been putting up before Congress, and we're going to see how it goes. Come check us out tonight at what time, Mr. Herlihy?
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, something like that.
Yeah, got it, my people. So come check us out and show some love. Love to have everyone of you guys there. And yeah.
All right.
By the way.
Oh, good.
By the way, we have 7 thumbs up over at Rumble. Thank you so much to all our people over there who hit the thumbs up. That helps us out quite a bit. That helps the algorithm kick off some good stuff there. So, by the way, thank you. Appreciate every one of you guys.
All right, everybody. My name's Tom, otherwise known as Striking here. So glad to have hosted another episode of this great show. We will see you tonight.